Good morning. Thank you for joining me. As always, good to have you here. I just need to open up Twitch. Sorry, I'm running a little bit late today. I had a really good night's sleep, and so I am still shaking it from my eyes. Where are we? I just need to open my chat here. Good. Oops. How do I turn this off? Down. There we go. Okay, I think that's got it. I really need to just get a second monitor or something. This is very frustrating setup every time. Okay, there we go. So today, actually, let me check really quick first. What do we have for fairies? If any, because I probably burned through a couple last time. Oh no, still 4 fairies, that's good. I really only have one other kind of preparatory thing that I want to take care of, which is to get that last shard of Dinroll, and I think it's probably the Horn of Dinroll, and then we can upgrade our Fierce Deity Mask to level 4, and we'll finally be like fully prepped with the armor set that I want to use for most of the game. Our weapons should be doing pretty okay, but I think I want to go repair my Silver Lionel Reaper soon. And I want to get rid of these as well, because I don't need them anymore. So we're going to do a little bit of weapon farming really quick before we head out to start the Wind Temple stuff. Which means, first up, we're going to Akala, because I want to split off the items that I have on here. It's just nice being able to reclaim those, since they are very valuable. Not that I end up selling them, it's just nice to have them. Let's see. I've got 2 silver Lionels. I'm trying to figure out what I want to go get. I'm pretty sure I want to go get a few of the one-handed swords from the depths. Specifically, I'd like to get the Zora swords. And I'm going to throw on some of the blue Lizalfos horns onto them. Because they're very easy to get, which means I don't need to care so much if they break. So they'll just be nice to have around. While we're here, I'm definitely going to stop and get a good night's sleep as well. Because my health is way too low and I don't want to burn through my food. Where is Break It Down guy? Over here. Good. Break it down. Let's do this one. The whole point of having this before was the fact that I didn't have any nice armor. Or any elemental armor, I should say. Which meant that I needed this to keep me cooler. I might still keep the ice one, to be honest, because ice is functional for creating things in bad climates. So I'll hold on to that one by itself. But we are going to do... Where are we? Probably this one. Actually, I don't even care about that. I'm not going to reclaim it. Maybe I will. Yeah. Because Rare Talus Sledgehammer can go onto that Royal Broadsword that I picked up. I don't even remember when I got it. So that will be helpful. Perfect. And now... anything else? No, I'm going to leave that where it is. How much Zolanite do I have? I think I may also need to make a stop for some Zolanite too. Because I am really low on it. Like, 30 is not good at all. It wouldn't take a super long time to go get more. And it would be well worth my while, especially because I still do need to do a little bit more exploring in the game. Like a little bit more flying around and things. So maybe we'll start with that as well. Where is the inn? It's over here. Also, I do still have to apologize a little bit. Oops. While I did get a good night's sleep, my throat is still not in good condition, so not much I can do about that. Sleep till the morning. So we're going to take 2 quick side quests. Make that 3. I want to go get a couple more of those sun pumpkins. I'm not sure if they've grown, but I can at least buy a few. Lots of merchants should be able to stock them now, I believe. Not him for some reason. Arrows, dazzle fruit. But I can go back to Akala itself and pick some up, I believe. Or not Akala, to Hateno Village. Also, I forget just how many heart containers fit on the screen in this game. It's a lot. 9, 12, 15, 16, 17. 17 fit on the screen, and we haven't even reached the second bar with that extra heart we just picked up. That's pretty ridiculous. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 17. Yep. My goodness. Where were we going? The store. That's right. I really wish it would sell more, but it does not, unfortunately. So we'll buy what we can. And then, oops. It annoys me a lot when the door does that. You're trying to head to it and it just stays open. I think I can probably climb this. Sun pumpkins are not ready yet, but I will get 9 of them, it looks like, when they're ready. So, let's head back down to... oh, you know what? I'm actually going to change my plan just a little bit, because we're going to head down and fight Kohga a couple of times. The reason being, I'm going to need to look under here for the two-handed and one-handed Zora swords that I want. They'll be under Lanairu. But there will be another Kohga fight over there as well. So I may as well just deal with it now. I already have the warp point to Gerudo Mines. Plus a good amount of health regen. He doesn't do gloom damage. And pretty good armor. So this should be fine. This should be fine. It's just the right hand. Why isn't it working? It's you again. Link, you just had to follow me here, didn't you? I'm doing what you did exactly, but it refuses to work. Sorry, I needed to suck on a cough drop just now. This one's funny. Oops. I didn't lead my shot. How could I? There we go. Oops. Where is he? There he is. Oh, I guess I have to wait for him to start. No, he's in there. Whoa! What a jerk. What? There we go. Finally. This place has too much sand. Eastern Abandoned Mine. I know I've opened that one, but I don't remember where it is. Well, hey there, Cheeky. How you doing? Thank you for joining. As always. It's good to see you. Hope you've had a good night's sleep. The abandoned Lanairu mine. Okay. I'm doing alright, thanks. I had a good night's sleep, which was very nice. My throat is still killing me, so that's unfortunate, but I'm getting by as best I can. And I've only been awake for about, like, 20 minutes so far. So, pretty well so far. Thank you for asking. We're just, we're getting ready for the Wind Temple. And part of that is doing a little bit of prep work. So I need to go and look for some more weapons under Lanairu. But I figured if I kill off, or if I fight the Yiga guy here, then I can have a double up event, where as I'm looking for weapons, I can just follow him up into this area, and that'll be a nice little way to try and accomplish two things in one go. Less backtracking. Because by the time we finish this game, I'm going to want to do the major side quests. So not just finishing off the Yiga line here, but also I want to do the stable quests to track down the rumors of Zelda. And I want to do all of the Guardians. And I think that was it, actually. There might have been one more. I've forgotten what it is. Not a big deal one way or another. But we're almost like as ready as I want to be. Because we have the armor set that's almost done. And we've got really good weapons now. And we've got a decent amount of health. So all of those things are definitely working in my favor right now. There we go. I have enough hearts, I'm pretty sure. But it was the maximum armor that really was going to play a big part in it. Exactly. Expect the best and prepare for the worst, and Murphy's Law will never take effect. Oops. Oh, right, I just throw you off. Give it. Get over here. Oh, that wasn't his leg? Oh, that's lame. There we go. Okay. Perfect. I just like killing these guys because they make excellent hammer weapons. Way better than the rare stone talus that I'm using. So if I see them, they're absolutely going on here. I'm going to destroy that fuse material. And fuse it again. Well, I guess way better is an overstatement, but they do get 5 extra damage, so nothing wrong with that. You know it's bad when a boss is only good for making weapons? That's true. That's true. But, I mean, the bosses are very simple, so it's not exactly like they're too much of a struggle to beat. In fact, and here's the interesting thing, I think they're supposed to be not used like this, except that since I know where to get all of the good weapons and how to beat them quickly, they don't actually pose enough of a problem to stop me from doing it. Because the actual fight doesn't consume the full durability on any weapon. And if I can come out with the same or more weapons than I went in with, that's a good day for me. I like that. If I don't have to burn through what I need to use, I'm happy. But if I had to use like 3 or 4 weapons to get through any specific fight, there's no way I'd be doing it. Because then I'd have to spend more time looking for more weapons, and that would be a tremendous pain in my butt. You're a useless spear, so get rid of you. That was, until I figured out the pristine weapon system, that was the biggest pain in the butt for this game. Is when you don't quite understand where to get the best stuff, and you don't understand where to get the good weapons, so every fight seems to take like 5 or 6 of them, and you just never have enough damage to finish a fight. That was such a painful experience. Because don't get me wrong, I like this game, and I like Breath of the Wild too, but the weapon breaking system, I really and truly believe they just didn't have enough HP. Like at any point. That's why I go for these lower damage weapons that have more durability to them. Because it's just not functional any other way. Oh, it absolutely is. I mean, I took, probably 12 smacks on that boss with the sword that I was using. But the weapons themselves only have, I think, a base of about 15 damage. The ones that I'm using have maybe more than that, like up to 30. But 30 hits before breaking is not a good return on investment. When you're having to look for these things and you just can't find them, when they're breaking during every boss fight so that you have nothing left to go exploring with at the end, does not make for a fun experience, to be sure. Ooh, yay. Get a pristine Zora sword. Oh yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. And worse yet, I don't know how Nat has been able to play this game because she doesn't explore the depths, which means she hasn't gotten any pristine weapons, like, at all. All she's finding are the decayed ones up on the surface. And the decayed weapons are even worse for durability, not just damage, but they also just don't do really any sort of, they don't have enough durability to do anything. They smash immediately. If I pull one up, I can show you the difference a little bit later, but it is ridiculous. So it's not worth it unless you have the very best stuff in the game. Another Zora longsword. I'd like to get a Zora single-handed sword rather than some of these long ones. Because I have a lot of smashers, but I don't have anything for quick combat. Oh, here's one. It's another spear. Well, we're going to leave this one here, but we're going to say spear. And then hopefully I didn't just lose my cycle. Because I need that. There it is. And like I said, that's really the only... It's the only downside to this game. The thing that I don't like is that your weapons will actually smash on you. I think it would be pretty cool if rather than breaking, you could stockpile weapons inside of an archetype and then have like a pool of them that would break and it would just refresh its health for as many as you had in there. Maybe even transforming if you had to have different types so that it kept a queue of which spear you were using. But because they're designed to shatter unilaterally, it makes it almost impossible to keep anything functional. The flow is you get weapons, make them as strong as you can to fight the boss, and then have nothing to go exploring with to find more weapons after the boss. It just seemed like a really, really bad idea. I'm gonna throw a giant light bloom on here, I think, because we're going into the dark for a second. But how's your week going so far, Cheeky? Yes, Nat is clearly better than everyone. I will not deny that. She calls herself a noob, but we know better. And without sarcasm at all, she does amazing with those boss fights in Silksong. I don't know that I would do that well on them. They seem very, very difficult. You're doing good, taking it day by day. That's good. That's good. Taking it day by day is sometimes the best we can do. Whoop. Ow. Do you have any plans for the rest of the week? Because we're already at Wednesday. It's about time people start thinking of plans for the weekend. Not me, of course, but, you know, people in general. Let's see here. Why are you facing the wrong way? You're not facing the wrong way. Okay. Oh, don't miss. This is such an excellent build, but it's really hard to turn it nicely. Let's see here. Maybe... Is that where I need to go? I think I actually need to get in here. Okay. You have to go buy my sister a birthday present soon? Fair enough. That always seems like an interesting challenge, getting people things that they want or that they need. It feels kind of like not just birthday presents, but presents in general. It always feels like a test of relationships. Like, how well do you know me? Oops. That's excellent. That means you pay attention to people. Sounds like you are a wonderful friend and sibling. It does remind me of this video that I saw on YouTube. One-handed sword, but it's not a good one. And it's this guy that every year gets his sister McKenna a world's biggest bitch present for Christmas. And that's literally what it is the world's biggest bitch. And so the one that they recorded, he got her like an engraved crystal ball type thing, or like a crystal award for being the world's biggest bitch. And then he also used Fiverr or something or Cameo to get a cameo from Gilbert Godfrey. And so Gilbert Godfrey is reading a message to her on the phone, and he's like, "Okay, first of all, Merry Christmas, and as is tradition, thank you for being the world's biggest bitch." And his very Godfrey-esque voice. It's hilarious. And she's sitting there absolutely stunned. She almost dropped her present the first time. I have no idea how expensive it would be to accomplish something like that, but it was very funny to see, even secondhand. Those kind of traditions are super entertaining. Garbage. And how do I get over there? Gotta go to the left now. I should be okay for at least this fight before I have to go repair my weapons. The Terry mine? Well, this one ain't right. Oh well. So where's the Lanairu one? Instant cannon. It's very similar to mine, but without the ability to rotate. Which I think I have a plan for how to make it better, too. I think. Because the big issue when I made my rotating cannon was that the spike kept falling off. And I kept taking damage because it was too close and I had no cover. So I think if I use that same piece that I use for protection from my tank, I think I might be able to avoid blast damage, which should help tremendously. At least I'm assuming so. I'll have to work on it a little bit. It was the only... Okay, there were a couple of problems. But I'm working on it, okay? I think it'll be better-ish. I have ideas about how to fix it. May not be perfect yet, but it's the design process. Is that another opal? Nice. Opals are surprisingly useful in this game because the splash effect that's used when you add them to multi-shot arrows in very specific places can be used to force blood moons to happen, which is pretty cool. I don't know if I talked about this before, but the reason that blood moons actually occur like naturally in game isn't just a lore reason. It's actually because as you pick up weapons and explore, you're locking things into the game's RAM as far as what's been defeated and where the enemies are no longer. And the blood moons reset all that. They put things back to where they were before. So when you overload the RAM, sometimes, or in this case with multi-shot water bows, what you end up doing is forcing the blood moon so that the game doesn't crash on you. In the community, it's apparently known as a panic blood moon to stop the game from crashing, which is pretty neat. I like when they come up with their own unique names for things like that. Okay, this looks more like a Colosseum. What is out here? Oh no, I'm not going that way. That's Terrytown. Oh, I went way past Zora's Domain. No wonder. Hahaha. Oopsie. Okay, we're gonna go over there. I'm gonna have to switch my armor. That's quite a flight. Okay, Whee! Okay, I guess he doesn't really add weight to the machines. It looks like he should, and sometimes they turn like he does, but when I can fire him off and then it changes absolutely nothing when he returns, it definitely throws my assumption out of whack. Another entertaining thing I haven't really talked about is how the names of these light roots, weird as they are, is actually just the names of the shrine, but reversed. So you see this one is the Jochi Ihiga Shrine, and then down here it's the Agihi Ihokaj light root. Just because it's in the depths, they didn't want to come up with a unique name. It's literally telling you which shrine is above which light root. I think that's cute. It is funny to me. Alright, I gotta go further this way. I think it's here, that's why. Okay. I dodged that valley and I shouldn't have. Cheeky, if I remember right, you said you have an Xbox, right? Has there been anything good coming out? Also, I'm sorry if you're, like, playing other games while I'm streaming. I don't mean to keep interrupting you, I just don't want you to feel like I'm ignoring you because I'm playing too. I am always very grateful you're here. I want to make sure that you're not feeling left out because I'm being so locked in on whatever I'm doing. Ah, there it is. I wondered what that was. It's the refight of the Zora domain boss. Which I do not care about for this very moment. I mean, I probably could. What's this? Regular spear, how worthless. But we'll mark it anyway. Good. If I had known I was going to be spending this much time in the depths, I probably would have started with getting a little bit more of the Zoanite first. Where did my thingy go? Did I not just place it? There it is. We're going to try not to get his attention for the moment. Because he's not what I want to fight. Where are we? That looks like a way in. Just not sure quite at what level in it's supposed to be. Probably here. Yeah, good. What am I doing wrong? Cowardly sneak. It was just, you know, planned. Killing time, that's what he says. Just gonna check real quick. Sorry for this real quick pause. So that should be... My controller's acting weird, and I don't know why. Oh well. So yeah, you get it. Anyway, I can't believe you followed me, persistent little pest. I graciously allowed you to fight me one-on-one before. Alright, I need my Fierce Deity armor again. Good. And... oh, I better put this in. That might help. Can I just smash him with this? I can, that's hilarious. Oh, I almost one-cycled him. That would have been hilarious. Uh-oh. That's unfortunate. Yunobo's a little messed up right now, and I don't know why. Uh-oh. Am I gonna have to, like, reverse time on that bolt? Is that what's going on? Do I have to just stun him from there? No. That didn't work. Let's try this. Okay, that worked. Ouch. Get out of the water. Damn. I am apparently struggling way too hard on this fight. So I'm just going to do that. Perfect. And now, finish him off. There we go. The steering stick got wet, so my hand slipped. A raft, where have you seen that before? I wonder. Okay, so this actually plays into my plans pretty well, because the last one that he's talking about is underneath the Rito village, and that's where we have to go anyway for Tulin. Oh, there is a stupid bot indeed. 1 second. I will deal with that. Oh, That's not the one that I wanted. I really do one of these days need to save up and get a monitor, or a second monitor. Not that it would help all that much. Actually, it would help tremendously right now. Here we go. Ban the bot. Okay, I'm sorry for interrupting the video feed like that. Hopefully it's back now. I will absolutely take another brief sojourn to get a... I guess an extra 2, almost? I should fight one other boss to get an extra 2 battery packs. It'll help a lot. I don't know what this schema stone is. A bolt boat. This is the one time that I think the Yiga actually have the better schematic, because when you find theirs, it's actually a fishing trawler. So it's the same kind of design with the electric zonai device to fry the fish in the water, but it has the added advantage of having like a scoop on the front of the boat, so it collects every fish that it floats over and makes them super easy to grab after. It is remarkably easy and nice to use. Let's grab those. Oh, I should grab this light root too. Excellent. Because how many... Yeah, if I get the next 2 sections of the battery pack, I will have all of the base level batteries, which is nice. That's absolutely enough power, even as I already am, for everything that I need to do, but having the bonus will just be kind of good. There's no reason to and no reason not to in the same breath. So actually, why am I bringing that? I'm going to be zipping up to the surface in a second. Go on. Goodbye. Alright, we've got just one that I need. It's a deal! And then straight up to the Zonite processing facility here. I might skip getting more Zonite for now. I think we spent enough time in the depths for one episode. So we're going to head down to actually start the Wind Temple quest. And none of my weapons are in dire need of repair, so I'm not going to worry about them for now. I'll just have to be careful about how I use them. Get producing. It's always super satisfying when you get a whole bunch of them at once. The strangest thing about these batteries is the recharge rate is exactly the same. It's time-based, not amount-based. So the more of the batteries that you have installed, the more power you regen in the same amount of time to get to that 100% mark. Which seems silly to me, but I'm not going to argue against it. It is also pretty handy. I don't have anything to keep me warm for food. I should stop and find a cooking pot at some point too. Not that I need it immediately, and I think even this boss fight is going to be more about the arrows than it is about the sword damage. So it's not going to be a huge problem. It would just kind of be nice to have. Armor, here we go. This one and this one. Okay. So I think to start this quest, I need to go follow some of these fires. Not that one. Further down, maybe? Here is a Rito, not the one I was looking for. But she might be able to help guide me towards Tulin. I thought I was supposed to just follow these flags up, but I guess I'm wrong. There should be like... oh, here it is. This little mountain hut that I was looking for. I'm pretty sure this is where the sage from the last episode was. No. The hair looks so stupid. Teba, that's what I was thinking was here, but he's not. Should be in Rito Village, just south of here. Okay. Looks like I'm going straight there. Do I actually have... I do, this one. I have a way to zip over. Hooray! Yeah, but you're likely going to be further on in the game, and so a faster recharge rate is needed. You're correct. You are correct. Like, it does make sense. It just feels as though it would make more sense to have the ability to increase the recharge rate, or like upgrade the batteries in specific ways, either for faster recharge rate or longer battery duration, rather than to have just a single timeline. Of course, it was probably easier to code just to recharge to 100%, so I can't blame them for that. I just like the idea of being able to customize what I want. Or customize in the ways that I want. Is this him? This is him. Here we go. This kid is so annoying. This kid is so annoying. Like, at least Yunobu is shy and unsure of himself. This kid is just arrogant for no reason. He is so difficult to deal with. I'm glad we don't have to hear him very often. Although, if I can learn how to do Tulin pumping, he will have an awesome effect for actual movement. Mean but fair is correct. Like, he's just an arrogant child. That's why he's like, I'm already a warrior. I'm grown up. Like, kid, no, you're 9. But he does have 2 big effects. The first is that his gust ability while you're in the air is really good for travel. And second, he is the only one of the sages that can actually get headshots, which are really helpful in fights. Because it can stun enemies, it can knock them back, it can make them drop their weapons, and he's got like a really high hit rate for those crits. What happened to the owl? I've forgotten. Because the owl was the village chief in Breath of the Wild, and I don't know where he went. Asking Hearth. Is that the guy I was just talking to? I feel like it was. It was. Damn it. Alright. Back out we go. It's always slightly frustrating when you get to the further in checkpoint of where you need to be, and they're like, no, go back to the other checkpoint before you come here. Like, bruh, just let me jump ahead. Give me your information now. You already programmed for the case that somebody came here early. Give me the information. I'm taking your firewood. My stuff. Oh. Yay, construct horns. I don't really need them, but I'm taking them anyway. Right, I have to go into a cave, I think. Hebrew South Summit Cave. Find the bonfire at the mouth of the cave and you'll find Tulin. Okay. I find this really cool, though, the design of leaving this section of the platform sticking out on either side. Because when I first played Tears of the Kingdom, I didn't understand that. I kept forgetting that I could use Ascend to get places just normally. It wasn't just a matter of solving puzzles. So I climbed those ladders with my own 2 feet. And I probably did that a lot more than I should have, because I just hadn't thought to use the abilities in varied ways. Where is this big bonfire? That's leading me up to the wrong place. I mean, it's taking me to the tower, but I don't need to get to the tower. If I was going to do that, I would have just teleported there. So I guess I have to follow those still? Maybe we'll jump up here. So that looks like an enemy bonfire. But I think I have to follow the flags up over here. This is the big one. And because I don't feel like burning an item... Did that not work? There we go. That took a shocking amount of time to catch this bramble on fire. Chillfin. What you doing today? Ah, just chillfin. I really would. I mean, it's dry bramble sitting inside a cave. I imagined it to just instantly ignite. Then again, how did the bramble grow this much inside a cave to begin with is a very good question. These will be helpful for when I go to the desert, though, because I'll need a little bit of temperature control. I can buy one piece of Gerudo armor early, but it's not enough to really keep the heat out during the day. Alright, let's go back up. So having some food to help adjust temperature more is nice. And then I guess we're going through this way. When I said I don't like Tulin, I meant I really don't like Tulin. So I think I actually haven't done this particular quest line in about 2 years. Like, it was the very first one that I did, and I have not been back since. Which means a lot of this is going to be not intuitive for me, because I don't remember where I'm going in a lot of cases. And here's something. They tell you about this if you come from over where the news station was, or the news tent was. But Hylian pine cones are needed here. They're full of oil and they're meant to increase the size of the fire. Unfortunately, I don't have any. So we're just going to do this and create the updraft the regular way. And it's not enough of an updraft. What the heck? It's 4 campfires. Ugh. Well, hopefully the walls aren't wet. They don't seem to be. I'm actually very disappointed at how underwhelming that fire was. I'm also slightly annoyed that I didn't have any Hylian pine cones. I really thought I did. Ow. It's so bad you're still going on about it. That's true. That's true. Well, more than that, I was just explaining why this is going to be a little bit rougher, that I don't know the requirements and things for it. Because I genuinely just haven't... I haven't done this at all, basically. Alright, I better talk to that guy. He's going to tell me which way Tulin headed off to, but I'm pretty sure it's that little square thing on the map to the northeast. Lone cedar tree on Toronto Peak. Alright. I wonder if I could actually skip going through this cave. Not that it matters at this very moment, because I've already gone through, but it does make me wonder if it's possible. Right up there. Okay. The weirdest thing about these ice fruits is they don't give you ice resistance. They give you ice attack up or cold attack up. Which seems like a good idea, except that it doesn't actually give you cold resistance in the meantime. So you have to either be wearing cold resistant armor, or you have to have a food effect in order to accomplish that. Which just seems silly to me. Oh, I did have one Hylian pine cone. Why couldn't I see it in my menu? Ah, well, whatever. Not a big deal. This one's funny. You can see there's an enemy actually frozen in the ice. I like that. It's cute. It doesn't do... The game engine doesn't do transparency very well, but they managed to code that shadow pretty nicely. It's one of the rare times they did that. But if you hadn't heard me talk about it before, that's why in a lot of cases the... Ooh! Well, that's cold. The game really slows down a lot when it comes to climbing in trees and things. Pine cone. Here we go. Not just yet. Didn't mean to do that. I can blow a strong gust of wind anywhere I feel like. Okay. So... Whoop. Not going to do it quite yet. Just because I want to actually finish this step of the quest and hopefully not miss. But Tulin pumping is this movement tech where basically as soon as the gust hits, you put your paraglider away and then pull it out again really quickly. And as a result of that, you don't lose the speed that you build up from that little burst of motion. So as long as you're repeatedly putting your paraglider away and taking it out again, you'll just keep moving really quickly in a horizontal direction. But I haven't tried it before. I just learned about it like 2 weeks ago. And I'm not playing the game off stream at all. So, no chance to practice. Ow. What? What? There we go. Hooray! 3 enemies not even at world level, and we beat them. One thing that I did hear lore-wise that was pretty interesting about the game is that the reason the Rito and the Zora can coexist when the Rito were supposed to be transformed is that they no longer need the scales from the dragon on Dragon Roost Island. I don't know if you remember that from playing Wind Waker, but the Rito in that game are said to be descendants of the Zora, and the way that transformation is facilitated when the world is covered in water is by the scales of the dragon that's on Dragon Roost Island. It helps give them their wings and the power of flight. So these are the same creatures, just forced down along a different evolutionary path, apparently, by way of the dragon's magic scales. Which is pretty cool. Anyway, continuing on with the gameplay. Investigate the cloud. My stomach is grumbling like crazy today. I still can't believe the stupid hair on this guy, though. The hair is what gets me every time. It just looks like a wig. It looks like an awful wig, and I don't know why the bird is wearing a wig. Alright. So, I think I already have... Oh, I don't have. Alright. I thought I had already unlocked one of the shrines up here, but I guess not. It's not a big deal. Oh. It would have just saved a little bit of time getting back up there. And let's see here. I have to go north, so this might actually be the best place for it. Oop, there we go. Not sure how that worked, but okay. One tapped. So my plan right now is just to use a wing to glide over there. And then I'm going to try and get that shrine that's further along the chain here. So when I go back and talk to Tulin, I can very simply just warp up there and it won't have him leave my side again. But it's way easier than... hey, get out of here. It's way easier than the alternative of trying to very slowly climb up all of the other, like, weird combat flying platforms around here. They're a massive pain in the buttocks. Maybe I should have gone for that first, actually. Oh well. Not a big deal. Oh, it was down, not up. That explains it. Oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to do before we finish the game is the geoglyphs. But I don't like getting them too early because they take up these big, ugly swaths of the map, and you can't hide them. So as soon as you get your first one, it's just there, and it's hideous. So I'm holding off on it as long as possible. It'll be kind of the last thing we do before we actually go to fight Ganon. At least that's the plan. Because they make it really hard to see the map. Easy peasy. There he is. You're back! That's hilarious. The game didn't know how to deal with that, and I've never seen that happen before, because I've never done things in quite this way. He's back, he knows we're here, but because we didn't go the way it expected me to, he just shows up and then leaves again. Like, how silly. Okay, where is he? He must be up here then. I am going to change this a little bit, just to stop those guys from annoying me. If I put Majora's Mask on, they should have a much harder time recognizing me. And then they won't just attack even if they catch sight of me. Oh, I guess I was wrong. These guys are... No, they see me, but they're not attacking. Okay, good. Nope, they are attacking now. What the heck? That's dumb. Come on, Tulin. Where the heck are you? Okay, where is he, though? Like, what are you making me do? Do I have to pick him up from down here again? Where is this kid? Where is this kid? I don't know, and it's frustrating me. He should be easier to find. Maybe he's over here? That's not the right way. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, if I touch down, will he show up? He does not seem to be showing up. Maybe if I go back up here, he'll show up? Hopefully. I genuinely don't know what to do in this situation. I've never had him do that before. But it's showing me, like, right up at the top, so maybe? There's a chance? I guess doing a silly dance seems like my best idea. We'll go back to Dragon Quest days. I hope I don't hurt myself in the confusion. Oh wait, no, that was Pokemon. If we can get up to the start of this, of the Wind Temple today, there is something really interesting that I'd like to show. Because I found this out the other day too. Apparently, there is a giant gate on the Wind Temple ship that you're working on opening by releasing locks. And apparently, you can actually see the boss flying around inside the ship. He's just circling underneath that gate. And I haven't gone to look at that before, but if true, it seems like it'll be really cool. Just as a nice detail to think that he's actually just spawned in the entire time. I think that's interesting. Why can I not find this kiddo? I'm really hoping he'll just be up at the start again. Like at the start of the temple, but I don't know if he will. The upside to this, no matter what happens, is I still have a medallion that I haven't activated yet. A travel medallion. So I can very easily get back up here afterwards. Even if he doesn't want to show up here. Let's go to this one. And this will probably be about where he's supposed to be. So, travel medallion where? Here we go. Place. Being up here is pretty cool. Okay, so there's the giant ship. And then you see this big central part here? This is where you're supposed to be able to see the boss flying around inside. And, like, I see clouds, but I don't see the boss. Oh, I guess that is the boss. He's just kind of swirling around and creating this updraft. Because I can see bits of his crystalline body. Yeah, that's what all those spikes are. Look over on this side, about where Link is. I thought this was a fan because it's covered in clouds, but nope, that's the boss spiraling around inside. Oh, that's cool. Neat. But unfortunately, since I haven't run into Tulin again yet, no access. Okay, let's see here. I don't know where this kid is. Okay, but I thought it was just supposed to be a giant fan. Like, you know how in the water temple there's that giant fan in the middle of the room as like a very prominent feature? I thought it would be the same thing. I did. I thought it would just be a giant mechanical fan in there. Why you being mean to me, Cheeky? I didn't do it. I'm sorry. Okay, let's put you there. And then I guess we'll come up here. And to be fair, I mean, they made a whole video about it because a lot of people didn't recognize it, okay? It's not just me. I am not alone in my confusion. What do I have for... Yeah, I guess just the mask. That'll be fine for now. Right? I mean, I know I don't come back here very often, but I absolutely missed it. So I'm going back to where I met him initially, over here, and hoping he's somewhere on the ground. He is not. Okay. What if I go back over to this thing? Will he be here? Please tell me he will. Well, they're like, where is he? He's not here. This is not so very good. Where did this kid go? He's like nowhere that I'm expecting him to be. He's not where I met him. He's not where those guys were talking. He's not rejoining me anywhere. Okay, no, I'm not getting rid of anything from Mighty Zonite Longsword. I think you're right, yeah. And, like, apparently there's a shrine somewhere here, too, and I don't know where that is either. Yeah, where is this kid? I was already down here. That looks like a Korok. Maybe I'll put these guys away and see if that helps encourage him to rejoin. No, not yet. What in the hell went wrong? I don't know. I have not done a manual save in a very long time. If I have somehow glitched the game, I'm going to be very, very sad. Good glitches are one thing, but I don't want the bad glitches. What? Don't hero me. I didn't do nothing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where he's supposed to be. I thought he would have been here already. Okay, let's maybe climb. We'll see if he's up here. Maybe, but still. Don't say hero like a disappointed mother. I didn't do nothing. I'm doing my best, okay? I was just trying to avoid doing all of this. I'd even been up here already. But I know that dot is the top of the temple, because we saw that last time. I already went all the way up there, which means that can't be where he's supposed to be. Well, hey, Rocketeer, how you doing? I think I might have busted the game a little bit. I'm not sure. I don't know. I kind of took a weird route, and I think I might have glitched Tulin out a little bit, because I don't know where I'm supposed to rejoin him. He hasn't shown up yet, and I'm very worried about that. Because I haven't saved manually in a very long time. So I don't know what to do about this. I'm just gonna keep climbing the regular way and hope I run into him at some point. Okay, no worries. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Tulin, where are you, buddy? Come back. I'm sorry I was making fun of you. I'm sorry I said you sucked. Please get back here. It was just... I was only joking. I like how I did this so I'd avoid the climb, and now I'm just having to do the climb. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh. Please come back, kiddo. Where are you? I mean, I think we might be just heading in the right direction for him, because none of this requires his... Oh, is this him? Is he here? He's here! Ha 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 ha! Oh. Thank goodness. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. We're good. Everything's alright. Nothing broke. Close one indeed. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to do a manual save like right now. Just in case, we're going to do a manual save right now. Ironically, he's like 40 feet from where he glitched out and disappeared, so that's really annoying. I'm really curious if he'll do that again should I go and come near this temple. Or the shrine. I don't think he will, but I'm curious. I was going to save right now. That's right. Save. Save. Okay, good. Manual save done. Please don't leave me again, Tulin. I don't want you disappearing. I would very much like to be able to continue with the game. Thank you. So, nope. Seems to be working just fine. It was just a really weird glitch. How odd. Okay, we're going to see if Travel Medallion can get me right up there. It would be very nice if it could. Tulin, please be here still. He's here. Okay, good. Oh, wrong way. Okay, we're good. Everything seems to have worked. Hooray! Tulin bumping works too. I don't know why I decided to try it there, but I did. Whee! And where's the thingy? Over here. Hooray! The correct intro to the temple. Oh. We're just going to activate this real quick. Yippee indeed. We'll just get through this part. And then I think once this cutscene is over, we're going to call it a day because my throat is still sore. I need to de-stress from thinking I glitched it out. If I had glitched it, I would have had to reload my last save, which was probably like 8 hours of gameplay ago, and that would have sucked. But we now have our teleport into the temple. And yeah, it's a good stopping place for today. So thank you very much for joining me, as always. It was wonderful having you here. I appreciate you being here, Cheeky. It is very nice to have someone to hang out with. And hopefully Nat feels better tomorrow, because that's unfortunate that she wasn't feeling too good today. Anyway, that's all, and see you next time. Thanks again. Have a good day, everyone.